Good evening, it's Brian at Fitzpatrick's Garage, Dublin Road, Kildare. I want to show you this 2017 Hyundai i10 Classic. Bit windy this evening, but Brian's my name. If there's any information you want on this particular car, please do give me a shout. 086 843 1945, or if you come to the garage here in Kildare, just ask for Brian. The garage here in Kildare is about 30 minutes south of Dublin, so it's just off the M7 motorway. So here there's a Maxall station, there's a Honda dealer here, there's Hyundai, and then further up the road, it's a little bit hard to see, but you can see Mercedes-Benz all the way up through there. This garage is almost 70 years old and is a family-run operation. There's also dealers belonging to the same family in Naas and also Carlow and also Tullamore as well. And basically, Hyundai cars are actually the #1 selling car in Kildare since 2013, and there's a reason for this. So let's have a look. This here is the i10 Classic that we were talking about. So the first thing on the outside, have a look at the car. These are the daytime running lights on the car. So every time you start the car, you'll have these two nice little kind of European looking daytime running lights in through there. At the moment then the parkers are on, but once we turn on the dipped headlights, these turn off then as well. This is the redesigned 2017, so there is an i10 model that came out in 2015, but this one here then got the more aggressive front bumper which came onto the car from the start of 2017. The engine in this car is the K-Series 1 litre 3-cylinder. It's actually got about 60 brake horsepower, so in a car this size it's actually quite a hoot to drive. The other thing about it is, well, road tax for the year is €190, and it returns fuel economy of about 4.1 litres per 100 kilometres. That's about 60 miles per gallon. That's kind of the same as you'd get out of a modern diesel engine car. But I assure you, there's other cars in this market. There's like the Seat Me, there's the Skoda Citigo, there's the Volkswagen Up. I think they're all the same car. And there's also the Toyota Aygo, and there's some other cars in this segment as well, but they're probably the more popular ones. I assure you, go drive all those other cars. This one is the nicest to drive, and I'm not saying that because we sell them. It actually is. I've tried the others. This one is the most substantial car to sit in. It's got the nicest, most chunky kind of build set up on it. But don't take my word for it. Go try the others and then try this one too. Some people are going to buy a car like this and they're going to stay in around town, I guess, which is grand, and this car is extremely suitable for that kind of stuff. But also, even if you do, we do get people that buy these i10s and they're commuters and they're going up around maybe the M7 motorway or various other urban commutes every single day. So in terms of power, I assure you, it's actually really, really good. But watch this. So let's just say, for example, second gear, 30 kilometers an hour. If I floor the car now, it picks up quite nicely. Similarly again, let's say a third gear pull. So if we were doing, for example, 50 kilometers an hour and we floor the car now, and say we head for maybe 100 kilometers an hour, there's quite a lot of pickup in the car, plenty of power, so definitely something not to worry about. This blue colour is what's called Morning Glory, and the condition of the car is absolutely excellent throughout. Although in fairness, I guess you'd expect that. The car is a nearly new car, so it is. Just looking around the car, other exterior features, as we were talking about after that, wheel trims along through here, bumpers colour coded all the way throughout. And then if we move around to the back of the car, because we were saying this is the facelift version of the i10 for the start of 2017, it's got the bigger, fatter, more aggressive rear bumper on the car. In terms of space on the inside of the car, let's have a look at the boot. So, price board is back here, just thrown in. Let's get that out of the way for a minute. So condition on the boot in terms of the mat down through here and the plastics on either side are absolutely excellent. In terms of through here, spare wheel is present, which again is actually becoming a bit of a rare thing in cars these days, so that's quite useful. Okay, if I'm honest, it's not a gigantic boot, but as cars in this particular super mini segment go, it's actually quite good. Again, don't take my word for it, just go compare the others, but this one definitely has a length advantage over some of the other ones in that market. Moving around to the rear of the car, there is child locks back through here. Apologies, the camera is not doing too good because it is kind of dark. There's a nice two-tone interior trim on the car actually. Mats down along through here, which are in excellent condition. These rear seats have rarely even ever been used. Eyes are fixed down here, so we can have a child seat over on this side and we can have a child seat down along through here. There is 3 head restraints, and then we've got 3 3-point safety belts for every passenger in the rear. And look at this, I'm 6 foot and I can sit quite comfortably in the back of the car. So if you have a look down through here, These are my legs, this is the leg space in front, and I have the front seat not absolutely in any way jammed forward, so if we have a look along through here, there's still plenty of space over here for someone to sit in around my height. That's actually exactly where I'd have the seat. So it's not like I've moved the seat forward just to make it look like there is space. There genuinely is actually space in the back of this car, so there is. So in the front of the car over here I have electrics for my windows, usual steering wheel setup with an airbag over here, and I also have an airbag over there for the passenger. The other cool thing is I've also got airbag up here for this side, and my passenger over here is also going to have airbag down their side too. I've also got airbag in the side of my seat. My passenger's going to have airbag in the side of their seat over on that side as well. So in terms of safety, there's excellent safety all the way around. The other thing as well is this car will have anti-lock brakes, obviously, so if you slam the brakes it can't lock up and skid. And down through here, just on this side here, there's a little button which is traction control, so that stops my wheel spinning when I go to drive across a wet junction. But more importantly, if the rear end of the car ever gets out of shape on a wet roundabout, it's going to move around braking pressure to keep the car in a straight line, i.e. it's nearly impossible to do a 360 in a car like this, so excellent safety overall. After that then, down through the centre over here, I am going to have a USB connector in through here. That is a really silly way of trying to move the camera, so let me just change that. And so you can have a better idea of how the cabin looks overall. So, handbrake in through here, drinks holders in through here, drinks holder over here, and actually I forgot to say, in the back there's also drinks holders down through there for both sides. Over here I've got trip meter, which is going to tell me things like my average speed, fuel consumption, all that kind of information in through here. Revolution counter over through here, speedo in through here, temperature here, fuel gauge here, and this is telling me one of my tyres is slightly below pressure, which I need to address. After that then, I got 12 volt power in through here. I've got USB and auxiliary in through here, so I can play music or charge phone. I've got heating controls in through here. I've got AM, FM and usual radio controls, which also allow me to control the media from up through there as well, all standard features as well. Lights in through here, wipers in through here, and overall again, but as you would expect, this car is in excellent condition throughout, and as we saw, two-tone effects all the way through the interior, including door cards, seats and along the dash as well. So, as we were saying earlier, Hyundai is the #1 selling car brand in Kildare for 2013, and there's a reason for it, as I was saying earlier. The likes of this car here, this car, okay, 2017, first of all, there's a discount on the car because it is a car that has some mileage on it. There's about 9,500 kilometers on the car. The second thing is it's going to have a warranty until 2022, which means if there's any mechanical failures on the car, you are now certain that this car cannot cost you any money due to mechanical failures. And actually, trust me guys, they are extremely reliable anyway, so you will not have that kind of a problem in the law of averages. After that, there's also AA breakdown assist for 5 years, which means if you are one of the unlucky statistics that actually did have a problem, you will always be recovered off the side of the road. And if you have to be recovered off the side of the road, they will give you a lend of a car for 72 hours or they'll put you up in a hotel. So all very good after sale service. Servicing on this car is once every year or 15,000 kilometers. And in terms of running costs for servicing, you are looking at smaller intermediate services which run between 160 to 200 euros, so not expensive overall. A car like this from the garage here can be supplied with finance. We deal with all the major lenders, so if you call me, Brian is my name, 08684319945, we can go through details in the car, but I can also go details on your finance as well and get you an extremely competitive finance setup. I can also trade in your car. So if you have a car, I don't care what it is, I can make you an offer on any car that you have. So even if it is literally something you're going to push to us, no problem, I'll actually make you a very fair offer on this car. Well, actually, let me put it this way to you. I'm going to offer you at least 1,000 euros for your car, no matter what you have. So how about that? After that then, we'll say, as we were saying, the car, so it's got warranty, it's got after sale service. I think it's a really good car to drive. If you look at the price point in a car like this, why would you bother buying a second-hand car when you can buy an almost brand new car like this at the price point it is at the moment? And as we were saying, we can do extremely competitive finance rates, so your cost of motoring overall, by the time you factor in how the car is run, in terms of how frugal it is for road tax, servicing, and the fact that you got that after-sales service for the next 5 years, coupled with the price point and the actual finance available on it, kind of doesn't really make sense to go buy a used car after that. But anyway, as we were saying, there is some competitors out there as well. Definitely try them, and I'm very confident when you come to try this particular I10 here, you'll be dead happy overall. So, hopefully this car is of interest. Thank you for taking time to watch. If you come to the garage, make sure you just ask for Brian. If you want information before you travel, if you're around the country, 086 843 1945. Thank you for taking time to watch, and hopefully this car is of interest to you.